Hello, and welcome to EMS Weekly, your weekly update for all things EMS.
If you have any stories, please contact us at hctcvidprod@gmail.com. Let's get started with this week's action.
This past Thursday, the Hollenstein Career and Technology Center hosted the first annual STEM Showcase. This event featured projects in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and math from all schools in the district. I had the opportunity to interview a few of the students participating that night. Let's see what they had to say.
Our first annual STEM showcase here at the HCTC. So how do you feel that impacts the district?
Well, it's been great. It certainly doesn't look like the first. I mean, we have so many people here tonight, and I think the impact is bringing the entire community together, bringing all different grade levels and programs, and I've heard from so many people how surprised they've been about all the programs and things that are offered to our students.
I noticed you have a little something in your pocket there. Can you tell us about that?
Well, this was a flashlight. We had a group that were making these, and with a battery and a simple popsicle stick and a piece of tape, did a great job, and I added the smiley face. So I'm, very scientific there. But so many kids have been making things with household items, just showing us how to create science right in our kitchens.
Well, it certainly is awesome. Great to see you here. Dr. Chadwell, thank you very much for your time. So, hi, Eden. What can you tell us about what you're doing here tonight at the showcase?
Well, we made this robot at school, and then I was showing it to my friends and other people, and then I decorated on the front, and then on the back I connected it to the battery, and then the motor, and then the plug so it can roll.
So is this something like the third graders do at Greenfield? Or?
We read a book, and then it inspired me to make a robot, and everybody else wanted to make it. So.
That's very cool. Well, I think it's really great that you want to build robots. Just don't let them take over the world, okay? I don't want that. All right, so we're here at the HCTC. We have Eden here. She's our next big tech guru with robots, so we look forward to seeing what she's going to do in the future. Okay, Joshua, so what can you tell us a little bit about what you got over here at the STEM showcase tonight?
Okay, so we have a very basic network right here. So just a router and a switch, and the switch is connecting this server. So just a very, very basic setup to show off the equipment that we learned to operate and the PCs that we learned to build.
So you learned all of this here in this program here? So all of this,
yeah.
All this is here?
And we can take these skills. We actually get certifications like the A+, and that gets you work.
So are you looking to do this in the future, would you say?
Yeah, I'm getting my A+ certification this year. I'll probably work building computers for a little while. And eventually I'll get more certifications, and I'll probably work on equipment like this for companies.
That is awesome. Thank you very much, Josh, for talking to us. And what can you tell us about what you have here tonight?
Okay, so this is the temperate grasslands. They are actually located on every continent. They have a very, very high diversity level. They have some of the most common animals that we know in our society, community, I guess you could say. Some examples are elephants, rabbits, lions, zebras, etc.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Okay, so Kaylee, what can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing here tonight at the STEM Showcase?
I'm representing the STEM Camp for Girls, and basically we're building bridges that can support 50 pennies out of a limited amount of clay and a limited amount of toothpicks.
All right, so you said something about the girls STEM program. Like, what can you tell us a little bit more about that?
The first time we had one for our district was last summer, and it was pretty cool. For what we did, we actually focused more on engineering and architecture, but we also worked on how erosion and weathering and deposition can affect houses and buildings and stuff like that.
All right, well, thank you very much. This has been Kaylee, and we're here again at the Hollenstein Career Technology Center at the STEM Showcase. Thank you. Hello, Stephanie. So what is it that you have here tonight at the showcase?
I have the auto-stop dog leash. It stops the dog if the dog goes too fast and they see something attractive that they want to chase after.
Awesome. Can you explain to us a little bit about how that works?
The dog leash, if the dog's going at a regular speed, then this won't catch on to the gear license. If it goes too fast, then it will lock, and it will make sure, and this spring over here, it makes sure that the dog doesn't get hurt when it stops, so it slows the dog down before it goes.
That's really cool. Did you design this yourself?
It was me and my dad that mostly designed it. I thought of the idea, but he was the main one who designed this.
She has a really great invention. Thank you very much, Stephanie. And it seems what we have over here is some robots. Can you tell us about this?
Yes, these two robots right here are now robots. They are made in France. And then over behind them, I have a Rubik's Cube solver.
So what exactly, like how long have you been working on these robots? Like what all went into producing them?
We've been working on them all year. Recently, that was made about a couple weeks ago.
Right.
These two we've been working on since pretty much day one.
And if you don't mind me asking, what is your personal opinion on the possibility of a robot dominating the world someday?
As long as we're smarter than them.
Very nice. Well, as long as we stay smarter than the robots, we should be fine. This is very impressive. We've got some great stuff here at the Hollenstein Career Technology Center and at the STEM Showcase. So thank you again for your time.
Those were all great interviews, Jacob. That night was a great success, and we are certainly looking forward to next year's showcase. This previous week was the last week of soccer at Chisholm Trail. On Friday, CTHS played Saginaw and lost 3-1.
The boys soccer team finished the season 5-12 with one tie. Baseball season is just around the corner, so head out and support your CTHS baseball team. The Boswell Pioneers took a tough loss on Saturday against Burleson Centennial with a score of 6-5. Their next game is Monday night against Brewer at Brewer High School. Come out and support your Pioneer baseball team.
Recently in sports at Saginaw, the track team has been competing in multiple meets. The varsity boys recently broke the school record for the 4x400 relay race and received first in the meet. The Saginaw boys varsity soccer team are also about to go to playoffs. The gymnastic team got first in their meet along with many other wins in their season.
Scholarships are important, and being a senior, I certainly know I need as many as possible. Earlier this month, EMS Weekly's Mac Foster sat down with the director of the EMS-ISD's Education Foundation to find out about scholarships and what function the foundation performs.
I'm here with the executive director of the Education Foundation, Suzanne Johnson. What is the Education Foundation?
The Education Foundation is a nonprofit organization that partners with the ISD. We provide funds for scholarships and grants to support our students and teachers.
So you're the executive director. That's your role. What do you do as executive director?
What I do is I work with donors, sponsors, volunteers. I administer all the scholarships and grants. I do marketing, fundraising, pretty much everything that happens within the foundation I'm in charge of.
So you've described what the Education Foundation does, but what are its end goals?
The goal for the foundation actually is to support our students, to be able to give them what they need in order to create a successful life for themselves and basically create social change.
How old is the Education Foundation?
It started in 2005. It's probably the last 9 years that it has really, that somebody has been in charge of it, and it's been run that way.
It's not all that old. So how far would you say that the Education Foundation has come since its founding?
Oh, a long ways. Actually, at the end of 2017, we have awarded basically $1.2 million, which is quite a bit. It really is. You can make a lot of change with that.
So were you in the Education Foundation before you became executive director?
No, I was not. I have worked in nonprofits for 17 years, but it has been on the business side as president of Chamber of Commerce.
So you weren't in the Education Foundation before. So what was the story behind you becoming executive director of the Education Foundation?
Actually, I was asked to come talk to them about running the foundation, and I think what some of the prerequisites that they were looking for is understanding the donor, the sponsors, having a passion for making a difference, being able to run the finances, events, those type of things. So even though these two seemingly different nonprofit organizations, even though they look different, they actually have a whole lot in common in many ways, because there you support business owners in also providing them tools and support to embetter their lives as well. So it's really not that far-fetched from each other.
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome. I appreciate the opportunity.
That was some interesting information.
If you haven't applied for scholarships, now is the time.
It sure is. Also, a reminder to all seniors, fill out your FAFSA so you can also get your student loan monies.
Well, that's all the time we have this week.
Have a good one and keep looking to the stars. I think it's very overrated meme. You know, because it's like you just walk up to something. It's like, I don't know about that. I don't understand how that's popular.